Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm 23. I live in Pennsylvania. What else would I say? I'm an autistic support teacher. I really like blue, specifically teal. And I enjoy Starbucks, coffee in general, and music, and long walks in Target. Those are my hobbies. What does it mean to be an INTJ? Well, I am rational. I need to think things through. And I have a lot of feelings. I just don't like having feelings because I feel the need to be rational. And I'm like, no, this isn't rational. I'm very logical. And I'm impulsive, kind of, but it's always rationally impulsive. I don't make a lot of sense. But I don't do things without thinking them through, except when I do. I don't know. I'm mostly rational. Apparently I'm quick-witted. It's questionable. My friends say that I have good timing and sarcasm. I'm very sarcastic. I don't know about my timing, but apparently I am. I definitely love learning. I love books. I don't have a lot of time to read because I'm in grad school, and so that is all of my reading, but I feel like if I were not in grad school, then I would be reading for fun a lot. And I have a lot of books on my bookshelf for when that happens. I'm also just very nerdy in general. I really like science. I really like cool tech things. Like when I called Evan this week to help me with Google Sheets formulas because I could not handle not knowing how to do it. It's probably another INTJ thing. I feel the need to know how to do things. I also like improving systems. I like to be organized, and it doesn't always last, but I like organizing, the activity of organizing. So I like organizing other people's things also, and looking at something and saying, well, that could be more efficient, and then fixing it. And then 3 days later, realizing what I did wrong and how it could be more efficient again, and then doing the whole thing all over again. It does not stop. I don't fix something and then it's fixed and better. I have to make it better and better and better and better until I can't, and then I have to find something else to make better. And so if I'm bored, I just look around of what can I rearrange? And then sometimes I get really bored and I rearrange all the furniture in my house because it could be better. Oh, I don't mind working alone. I don't love working alone, but I don't mind working alone. So sometimes I will go sit in Starbucks and put headphones in and hope that no one talks to me, and do my work. That's when I do my best work, is early in the morning, either in my classroom by myself or with, I call them a body double of my friend or coworker will just come sit and we will both do work, but we're not working on the same thing and we're not helping each other with our work. Sometimes we are, but just having someone there also working. So I'm still mostly independent, but also not completely alone. But I don't like group work. Not a fan. But I would be really happy if no one ever said the words group work to me again. That would be cool. So here are some misconceptions about INTJs. People say that we are emotionless, which is definitely not true. I have a lot of emotions and sometimes they are very strong. It's just that they are not in charge of my brain. And I like to make more rational decisions, but they are informed by my emotions, but they are not just because of my emotions. So I'll feel one way about something, but that doesn't mean that dictates how I act or behave about it. Sometimes it does, but usually my thoughts are in control. That doesn't mean I don't have emotions. It's just that I'm kind of shoving them in the background while I think logically about something. People say that INTJs are not romantic. False. I like to cuddle and I like to plan cute dates. See, this does feel like a dating profile now. I feel like people say we're not romantic because we are rational and we think things through, but once I've thought it through, I'm very romantic. Oh, and people say that we're boring. I see where they get that. I get very passionate about very specific things, and so then I want to talk a lot about those things, and that can be boring if you're not into those things. But I do have a lot of interests, and I have many sides to my personality, and I can usually find something to talk about. But if I'm being too rational, or if I'm going really hard on one of my favorite topics, then I can see how someone would find that boring, but I don't think I'm boring. So strengths of INTJs: we are strategists. I really like planning and I really like making lists, and I'm very strategic about my lists. We are innovators. I really like coming up with better ways to do things, and like at work saying, well, how can I make this better? Like improving the system and trying to keep moving things forward. We are strong-willed, so I feel like that's a little bit different than stubborn, but also not a lot different than stubborn. So if there's a rule or a direction that I think is stupid, if it's really important that I do it, then I will just shut up and do it. But if it's something minimal, I will say, no, that's stupid, I'm not doing it. And then I will find a better way. And if I don't have a better way, I will look for a better way instead of just doing the thing that I think doesn't make sense. We love to learn, definitely true. We're rational. I feel like I personally have a lot of irrational anxiety, but that's not a personality thing. That's just me having an anxiety issue. We're very independent. I will do a lot of things for myself, and sometimes I'll need help because I don't know how to do something. But in general, like I would rather learn how to do something than just have someone else do it for me. So if I call someone for help, I want to know what they're doing while they're helping me and why it works so that I can do it myself next time and not have to depend on people. We are very informed. I feel like for this one personally, it's not that I am a very informed person, it's that I value being informed. And so if I'm not informed on something, I'm gonna say I'm not informed enough to have an opinion, rather than just, I have to censor myself, right? Rather than just blow hot air, I'm gonna like either just sit back and listen or do my research so that I'm backed up on my opinion. Because I think having an opinion, like I have opinions on things, but being super vocal and in your face about an opinion when you are not informed to back yourself up, that doesn't make sense to me. I'm very curious about little things. Like I cannot possibly sit through a movie without Googling what else that actor was in, and then finding random fun facts about it, especially if it's a Disney movie, because that is one of my special interests. I feel like I'm probably curious about big things also, but the little things are what comes to mind, which also fits a lot with ADHD. But yeah, I'm very curious. And we are very versatile. It's not quite being a chameleon because it's on purpose, but we can play different roles depending on the situation. So at work, like 1 second I can be, the therapist, counselor, mom type helping a kid through some emotions. But then the next second I can be really firm and very like professional. And then I can be chill. Like it's just, I can fit my behavior to the situation, which is very useful. I call myself a Rubik's Cube with pants. It's from the Santa Claus 2 with Tim Allen. And he's like, I have many sides. I'm a Rubik's Cube with pants. I feel like I am a Rubik's Cube with pants. So some weaknesses of INTJs, none were perfect. Just kidding. So the first one is arrogant. I joke that I don't think I'm better than everyone. I just know I am. But honestly, I don't actually think I'm better than everyone, but there are things that I know I am good at, and I don't hide that and I don't play that down. And so then if I do say something like, well, I think I'm the best person for this job, or, oh, like I'm really good at that, why don't I take that part? It comes off arrogant when really I'm just looking at the most efficient way to do things. And if I don't think I am the best in that situation to do that part, then I won't try and take it over. People say that we can be dismissive of emotions. Yes and no. I feel like because I value being logical and rational, I don't want to invalidate anyone's emotions, but also sometimes I'm like, well, it's not the important part of the situation. It's like your feelings are valid. However, it's not necessarily going to control what happens. People say we're overly critical, which I can definitely see. I pick really unique hills to die on. So there are some things that I'm really chill about, and then there are some things that I'm very picky about. And the things I'm picky about are not always the same as what other people are picky about or think that I should be picky about. And so then it seems like I'm overly critical because that is the hill that I chose to die on for whatever reason. We can be combative. I think I'm only combative when I know someone's wrong and I'm like, but you're wrong. I don't like starting arguments and fights just for fun, like for the sake of the fight. But if someone's wrong and it's important to me, then I am going to fight you verbally. People say that we are romantically clueless, which I don't necessarily think is true. I definitely know what I want, and I think I'm socially aware, but that doesn't mean that I'm good in social situations. So I might seem clueless because the execution is flawed, but like I am aware of what's going on around me, and I'm aware of, you know, I pick up on social cues, but then not knowing what to do with that is where I think we look clueless romantically or socially, because we get awkward, especially when feelings are involved, because I am rational and logical and I like my thoughts to be in charge. So then if I'm having a lot of feelings about something, or like I just don't know how to act socially, I'm not clueless, I'm just bad at it. So I hope this was informative, and that I have no idea if other INTJs agree with me, but I hope that if you are an INTJ, you feel like I hit some cool things. Thanks for watching.
Perfect.
I'm so awkward.
That was the fastest recording, other than Richie, that we've ever done.
Yep, probably.
Because I just talk out of my ass.